Monaco Grand Prix weekend has finally arrived, and even in Formula 2, a win round here is prestigious and potentially career-defining. Welcome to round 5 of the 2022 Formula 2 season. A year which has been enthralling so far and very much surprising in terms of the championship battle. Now we arrive at the biggest test. The Monaco street circuit, 19 corners and 1 DRS zone. The circuit itself, aside from the DRS zone of course, virtually unchanged since its introduction in 1929. The most notorious circuit of them all for its lack of overtaking opportunities, in which David Coulthard could attest to back in 2001. And he spent most of the race behind Enrique Blondin. Charles Leclerc, on the other hand, proved to somewhat his benefit, but ultimately to his detriment, that overtaking can be done around here with some stunning overtaking manoeuvres. And this weekend, Charles is hoping just to get to the end of the race. He's never finished a Monaco Grand Prix here before, up until now, so he'll be hoping just to finish. Well, into the qualifying session yesterday split into 2 parts, with the most recent introduction of a new format to prevent track congestion. And this is how it ended. Liam Lawson grabbed pole position once again for his second consecutive race, but it'll be Ollie Caldwell and Marcus Armstrong that starts on the front row, of course with the first grid pole. Dennis Hauger, the championship contender, down at 11th, is going to have a tough task from there to get even a point. But down at the bottom, with Ralph Boschung and Enzo Fittipaldi on the back row, but there in 20th position was the biggest headline of all, Kali Meyer in 20th. Really struggled around here in qualifying and for practice for that matter, and very much like her brother did here last year, struggled ultimately to get really anywhere. With Jackson, it was mostly due to the Haas's underpowered state. But here in F2, it could be pretty much the same scenario for Kali, because F2 is more equal spec, or is throughout equal spec, and definitely more so than Formula 1 is. But that could prove to be the same problem. Kali is going to have a very tough task this weekend, either to keep her championship lead. With Dennis Hauger down in 11th, her closest challenger, that could be a positive. But Kali has got it all to do from 20th, and she's going to have to start here tomorrow for the feature race. Yeah, it could prove to be better because of the mandatory pit stop for the other compounded tyres, so that could mix things up a bit. But even with that, Kali is going to find it tremendously difficult to get anything from this weekend. It's almost going to be more like a test session for her, you would feel, in this one, because of course she's going to have to start here tomorrow, and the points are all the way down in 8th, all the way ahead of her in 8th place. To get a point here would be tremendous. It can be done, however, though Michael Schumacher did start at the back of the grid in 2006, following a penalty for stopping in the final corner, of course, or La Rascasse anyway, and he scored, I think it was P5, I believe. So points from the back of the grid can be done here, and I think Michael Schumacher did a similar kind of semi-comeback drive. Was it 2010? I think he scored some more points under the safety car, but he was later disqualified for that infringement. So it can be done around here, but how done will it be for Kali Meyer? She's got so much to do from the back of the grid. She said though in the interview this morning she ain't giving it up, and that's pretty much a Jackson family thing, never giving it up until the final lap, and very much like her brother would do normally. She's got another chance to do that here today. Well, can it be done? It can be done, but it is notoriously difficult. But anything can happen in Formula 1, and it usually does, and that's even the case, same for Formula 2, even though the number might be different, as the great Murray Walker used to say. Let's find out then the sprint race for the Monaco Grand Prix weekend. And it's lights out, and away we go for Formula 2. And Ollie Caldwell's got away really well. Marino Sato has flown up the lane to second place, passing Marcus Armstrong. It is up to, or was momentarily up to 3rd. Kali has moved up some places, I think, because she's not at the back there anymore. And according to the tower, Kali Meyer is 14th. Kali Meyer is 14th. What a start from Kali. She's gone from 20th to 14th. We didn't see it. We need a replay of that. That must have been a sensational start by Kali Meyer. That's probably half the job done in lap 1. And look at that. She's flying down the inside of, I think it's Yuri Vips, and was alongside Novolak, but I don't think she's going to get round there. But that's already 9 cars, well, more or less. I think it was about 7. I think 7 cars in the space of half a lap, even. Not even the first sector. She was up to P14, now passes Vips to P13. And what a start! Well, we were just saying that Callie's had it difficult. She's going to have it difficult this weekend. Not so! Wow, how far can she get from here? If she continues on that pace, she might get a point from that. That would be tremendous considering the equal spec nature of these cars. Meanwhile, back at the front, it's Ollie Colwell for Campos Racing at the front. And of Tamarino Sato, who made his way up to second past Armstrong, who's dropped to third. It was as fourth, which would be vital points for Dams, considering Prema, who are their closest challengers, are only scoring 2 points right now because Jehan Deruvala is in 7th. Dennis Hauger's actually made his way into 10th, so he's 2 positions on a point, and they'll need that with Callie making a tremendous start. Liam Lawson there, 11th, but of course he starts on reverse grid pole for the feature race, so probably no real worries there at the moment. And we've got to go flag somewhere. Oh! Boom! An engine's gone, and that's caused a whole traffic jam behind him. It's Liam Lawson! Liam Lawson, the man who starts on pole for tomorrow's feature race, and he was just getting his momentum in the championship with a historic double at Barcelona. The piece of debris come off one of the cars there. It might be Jake Hughes, I'm not sure, but there's not a lot of space, and someone has been the unfortunate recipient of damage, but Liam Lawson, more so, he's out of the race. And we're going to replay the start. This is from Callie Mayer's perspective. Good start. And she basically takes to the left with everyone on the right, trying to get through Sander Bond. There was 3 wide going into that between Vesti, I believe, and Vince and Novolak, I believe that was. But Callie Mayer just took to the left and just kept accelerating right up to the braking point in the first corner. And she gained a whole bunch of positions. That is a crucial start by Callie May. She almost passed 2 more going into Mirabeau. She couldn't quite get round Novolak, but she did outbrake Yuri Vips going into that. And, well, that is job done on corner 1 for Callie Mayer, P13 at the end of the first lap. And I think what we're going to see now is the moment where Liam Lawson's engine went. Now this will be a scary moment for everyone behind him, because that is a visor full of smoke for particularly Clement Novolak and Callie Mayer, and they got round. But I think one of the Van Amersfoort cars suffered a collision. It was Jake Hughes, that's who we're looking at now. And I don't think this is anyone's fault really, because there's so little space, and Lawson's trying to find a place to park it. And well, maybe Jake Hughes, to be fair, could have gone a little bit further to the right there and avoided him, but there's so little space that you could probably forgive him for that. And wow, drama on lap 2 with Liam Lawson having an absolutely smoking engine. He's out of the race. Look how close Callie Mayer is to Turbot Novolak here for P12, and she's going to try down the inside. Oh my word! Callie Mayer, did they get around this? They did. Callie Mayer, what a move! No regard for anything. She's pushing hard. She knows this is crucial to get something out of this race. She's taking absolutely every risk possible. No regard for anything. She passed Clement Novolak. What a move. From absolutely nowhere. You wouldn't normally see a passing opportunity at that place, but Callie Mayer was like ignoring convention, and very much like Juan Pablo Montoya ignored convention, ignored the rules, and muscled her way past. Cleanly, I might add. So let's see this. She's right on the back of Novolak. She's almost touching his rear wing with her front wing. And look at that. Oh, Callie Mayer, literally a car's width just. And she took the position. Oh, wow. She worked hard for P11. Absolutely every risk and absolutely no fear of crashing out there. 1:26.4 from Callie Mayer. That's the fastest lap. That might actually stand for the rest of the race. And absolute wow. Oh my god. Oh my goodness. I had to step back from my monitor there, because that was absolutely sensational stuff. That could have been an absolutely horrific crash if that had not come off. But she has to take risks today because she's starting at the back trying to get something out of this race. She might just do it with moves like that. Oh, wow. So Ollie Cole back to the front. Ollie Cole was actually pulled out to a second ahead of Marino Sato already. So he looks pretty much odds on to win this sprint race. The question now is how far can Callie get in the last 11 laps of this race? As it is a sprint race, of course, it is the shorter of the two races this weekend. How is she back to Dennis Hauger? She's a second. She can probably get something out of that. She may even get a point here, folks, because I would say from there's Hauger. How far is Hauger behind Dragovic? About a second, I think. And then Dragovic and Porsche are in close company ahead, as you can see. So if Callie continues on at the pace she's going, she may just get a point out of this, and that would be one sensational drive, especially with moves like that we just saw on Clement Novalak. Oh my word. Whew. Well, lap 5. Ollie Caldwell still leads from Sato. We've got Armstrong in third, Iwasa fourth. Both Tridents back near towards the front this weekend with 5th and 6th for Verschoor and Williams respectively. Jehan Derivla and Porsche round out the point scoring positions. But if Callie continues on at that pace, we're going to have a change sooner or later. And she's already kind of catching Dennis Hauger pretty quickly. I would say about maybe 4 tenths she's gained on Hauger in the last 2 corners. She's right there. She's actually in the DRS zone, so she doesn't need it, as she proved earlier. She may not even need DRS to pass anybody here today, because she is taking absolutely how do we put this, every kind of thing you can think of, no regard for anything, and she is taking all the risks and getting all the reward. She has now passed 9 cars in 4 laps, and at that pace she can very much get a point from here. Oh my, she almost slid there as well. Look how hard she's pushing. She absolutely no regard for the tyres, that's for sure. Callie is pushing hard. And now she's going to have DRS on Hauger ahead. And this might actually be a move. She's sliding out of the last corner. Callie is wringing the neck of this car. Oh my word, we need to stay on her for the entire race. She's wringing the neck of this car. And she could not pass Dennis Hauger down the start-finish straight. But here was where she made the move on Novalak. She's not close enough this time around to force a move around the inside. Very good driving for Novalak as well to recognise the situation and avoid a crash. Great driving from both of them, you'd have to think. And I thought Callie was going to go down the inside of Mirabeau there. She may as well just go for it at this point. Oh man. Whew. Well, we don't normally get this much overtaking at Monaco. It isn't usually like this, folks. But Callie May is just ignoring it all at the moment. And making the impossible possible. Very much like her brother would do. To be fair, and he even did that in Bahrain, if you remember. He dropped to the back of the grid in the Formula 1 race. He finished 9th. So, Callie is proving that she is definitely part of the Jackson family tree in this one. Already up to P11. And with about 9 laps left in this race, a very good chance of a 1 solitary point, which actually would be crucial considering Dennis Hauger is not scoring at the moment, and neither is Liam Lawson, who is out of this race. So it's Caldwell from Sato from Armstrong. That's your top 3. And this is pretty much going to be the order for the rest of the race, except for Callie Bayer, who is just absolutely backs to the wall stuff with this race. Is she going to try down the inside Dennis Hauger at the first corner? No. But is she going to actually try in the Masseday section, I believe it's called? This is where she passed Novalak. She's not close enough there, neither. Man, well, these cars are not as wide as the F1 cousins, of course. So it does give plenty more some space. Look how fast Callie Mayer is out of that section. She passes Dennis Hauger around the inside. And Mirabeau, she makes it stick. Is Dennis Hauger going to retaliate? No. No, because he can't. Because Callie is just on fire. That is P10. Oh my, what a move. She had so much speed coming out of the section going down to Mirabeau there. I wonder if Hauger got out of shape. Let's see what's on the replay. You should get in a second, I believe. Here it is. So Hauger does get out of shape in coming out of the Massenet section. Callie locks up and makes the move stick. Oh my goodness, how did they avoid each other? Callie was locking up. not even in control of her car. Hauger did lose it there, and that's where Callie saw the opportunity. No damage! Oh, no damage! And look how close Dennis Hauger was to the wall. Callie literally muscling her way past, and she's ahead. She's ahead. Under the current racing guidelines, Callie is in this corner ahead. It is her corner. But how did Dennis Hauger avoid the wall? He must have brushed it. Oh, wow. What racing we are seeing here, particularly from Callie Mayer at the in this race. Dennis Hauger is very lucky to have avoided the wall there. Callie was ahead in the corner. She had the right, even if she was locking up, she had the right to that corner. She was ahead. She was entitled to take that, and she did, because no one was stopping her in this race so far. Oh, man. Oh, Callie Mayer is certainly her brother, the sister to her brother. You can definitely tell you that, folks. She is definitely her brother's sister. That is for sure. I got that out eventually. But that is for definite sure here today. She is not messing around. She is taking the bull by the horns and making positions hand over fist. She might just get a point here, and it would be thoroughly deserved. More than the win, probably. Now she is right up with Dragovic, so she is going for it. And well, no regard for the tyres. She's probably well, they do have another set of soft tyres in the back for the feature race tomorrow, because Callie is not going to be able to use these for it tomorrow. She had to. Fortunately, she won't. But if she did, she would have to pit on that one, because she's probably destroying them with the way she's driving at the moment. But it's working. That is the tremendous thing. Is she going to try on a move on Dragovic? No. She's too far back, because she's rigging the neck of the car, and it's costing her pretty much in the final corner the way she's having to slide out and control it. But she's still able to maintain like some form of pace around where Pourchaire is. She's going to get at least a point from here. I don't think she might catch the Tridents. We've got about 6 laps left. And not into Mirabeau this time. And certainly not into Below's hairpin. That has been the cause of some traffic jams before, back in 2000. We had a red flag because of a crash there. I think it was one of the arrows into Jenson Button. I think it might have been De La Rosa into Button that year. And that caused a red flag, in which 4 cars had to charge back to the pits from where they were. Pedro Diniz led the charge that day, I think, in a bit of a running form of sprint race. And now Callie Mayer down the inside. Oh my goodness. Oh, she had a look, didn't she? Oh, that would have been quite the gap to fit through if Callie had gone through there in the corner. And she's letting Dragovic know that she's coming for another position. We are on lap 10. We've had almost every action all the way, all from one person. And it's all Callie Mayer in this race. Now, DRS ahead for Dragovic. Is she going to pull out? No, not this time. She's got plenty of laps to try. She's only got 2 more positions, and she'll be in the points here. And she's going for it, that's for sure. Oh, Dragovic, he looked a little slow coming out of there. I thought Callie was going to try and move in that section, passing double up, but no. How much speed she got out of the front, she's going for the same move. Oh, she did on Hauger, and it's the same move. Did it come off this time? Dragovic hangs it in, they almost touch, and Kallie's trying to go round the outside of Below's hairpin. Is she got enough space to get through? Yes, Dragovic is out of shape, and Callie takes the position. Oh my! They held it in for 4 corners, and Callie was taking it. They almost touched the Below's hairpin, and now Callie Mayer is just under 2 seconds away from a point in this race. And again, just like Hauger, she saw that Dragovic was a little out of shape. Oh, gives him the room just about. Dragovic hanging in there. They did touch before the low hairpin, but it's fair enough because the space is there for Callie to take advantage of. She has the inside line. Great race awareness there from both drivers to realise that the space was there. Callie had to go the long way around and made that work somehow. And let's have a look on George Dragovic. So he is out of shape slightly. And like Hauger, that sends the carry opportunity. Now, how far was she around the end? She wasn't even not alongside Dragovic in the corner. So that was Dragovic's corner, but there was no contact there. He goes deep into below hairpin, and somehow he's coming back on the track. And Callie still has the wear and awareness to keep the car where she was. And how did that work out? Dragovic was, he kind of short-handed the low hairpin a little bit, which forced him wide, and Callie, they still had a car's width to get through. Oh my, how have we not had a collision in this race? It is almost astounding how we haven't had a collision so far. But it's due to the greatness and the talent that these young drivers possess that we haven't had such a scenario. All of them have had to race with Callie Mayer today and show that they have the awareness to keep the car out of the wall, and they've all done it. So credit to everyone today, especially those who've been racing with Callie Mayer this afternoon. Ralph Boschung has fallen back a lot here. He's now 9 seconds behind Calderon. I wonder what happened there. Maybe Boschung had to pit, but he's lost a lot of time at the back here. I mean, he was at the back to begin with, which makes me think Fittipaldi's only got ahead of one driver this whole race in 19th place, and he's already lost. He started 21st, and Callie was already gone by the time he got there. Oh, well, now, question. 4 laps to go. Callie Mayer, a second behind Porsche. She's now just about in the DRS zone. If she can stay there, she'll have close on Porsche with it, because Porsche won't have DRS off the Ruvela because he's a second behind. That was wonderful taking a Raskas by Callie there. That was wonderful turning. She feels so confident in the car. I think that's probably a lot of what has happened today. She has the confidence and the speed in the car, and the belief in her fellow competitors that they'll keep out of the wall and give her the space at least necessary to contest the position, and they've all done it today. Callie Mayer is a position away from a point here, and Porsche a little bit out of shape. They've all struggled in their corner, but Callie's taken it wonderfully, and that's where she's probably been getting most of the time from in this race. Man, I need to get my breath back here. Well, we've not even focused on the front. The front has not really changed apart from maybe Callie going into 8th here. 8th is going to be her best bet. I don't think she's going to catch Daruvula with the amount of laps she has left. And she definitely looks faster than Porsche at the moment. And nothing doing around the swimming pool section. It does come at you rather quickly. And Callie Mayer, look at the speed she's got. She's got such great exits. She's going into the swimming pool section side by side, and they avoid the wall. And it's another great pass from Callie Mayer. She's on fire. She is absolutely on fire. She is now in 8th place, and again, somehow we avoid contact with the wall. These drivers are magnificent. Callie in particular, 8th place. Callie is just getting such great exits out of this court. She actually hit Porsche slightly and had more speed, and she had to go in with the belief that Porsche would not go into the wall. And look at the marbles. You can probably see the marbles on the front tyres. I'm surprised Callie has still got this kind of pace and opportunity, because she locked up, which probably would have caused a flat spot for any other driver, but Callie just ignored that as well. Now let's see Porsche down here. Did he get out of shape? He did a little bit, you know, and Callie had the wherewithal to sense it. And I think Porsche, that's a stunning move. That really is a stunning move. You don't see moves there very often either. I think we had one that ended in a crash once. So Porsche gets out of shape before he even hits the braking zone. And Callie again, she owns it, doesn't she? She owns the corner. Porsche is out of shape even before then. So Porsche is struggling with the handling of his car. And somehow again, they avoid the wall. Oh man, Callie is P8. She's going to get a point for her magnificent effort today. She has earned this point. It's a point very well earned. Now, how far is she behind Daruvula? We're going to know here. She's not going to catch him, I don't think. There's just about under 3 laps to go. But that's a point very well earned. And with Dennis Hauger out of the points and Liam Lawson not finishing the race, she'll lose points to Verschoor, but she's already got a feature race win in terms of points ahead of the drivers chasing her, so she won't lose the lead of the championship here. And it would be cruel if she did, because she's had a stunning race. Iwasa is not having a bad one himself. He's still hanging on to Armstrong for P3 here. Perfect opportunity for Dams to get on the podium. If Iwasa can make it work. He's got the best opportunity here because Armstrong's lost out to Sato in terms of pace. And Iwasa going to the far right of the track. Didn't really work though. And the straight is relatively short here, so DRS is not going to be that effective. But, well, this woman has stole the headlines all day long. Callie Mayer started 20th. She is now 8th after a stunning first lap, or a stunning start, more so to speak. She's just made stunning passing moves in the 6th. I figured she probably would have got some graining on that right front tyre after locking it up earlier. She probably would have had a flat spot. But even if she does, it's not affecting her. It's going to be close whether she catches Daruvula or not. But I don't think she's going to, sadly. But even still. Well, I'm sure Callie has been making us all step back from our TVs in this race with stunning moves you wouldn't normally see. We've seen it in Rastas before with Charles Leclerc and Romain Grosjean, I believe, in 2019. Of course, in 2020, we didn't have a Monaco Grand Prix. And in 2021, Charles was out before the race even started. So as we said, Charles Leclerc will be hoping just to finish this race this weekend. And of course, we had qualifying earlier today. And Aiden Jackson scored his first ever Formula 1 pole position. So maybe Monaco is a bit of a good track for the Jackson family, because Callie Mayer is going to score a point from last and Jackson got pole. The only reason Jackson was probably nowhere last year was more because of the Haas being very underpowered compared to the rest of the field. Of course, Jackson made it work with 28 points anyway, proving his talent. But here today, well, he's had a pretty controlled race, Ollie Caldwell. And not much is known about him, but he is part of the Alpine Driver Academy. And they've got a good one on their hands by the looks of it, because he's going to take a win at Monaco today and all the prestiges that go with it. But I think, no disrespect to him, Sato or Armstrong, who will get the top 3, the trophies and the champagne, but it's Callie Mayer who's the real winner today, with a point from last. Well, Ollie Caldwell has had very little to do this in this race, but he's controlled it brilliantly and will come through to win at the track where everyone wants to get a win at, no matter what category it is. Ollie Caldwell takes the win in the sprint race today. It's not really going to affect the championship because, well, that's no surprise. Callie Mayer, driver of the day, there she is. Is she going to cross the line to get the point? She is. A stunning race from Callie Mayer, ladies and gentlemen. Oh man, keep an eye on this woman, because Callie Mayer is certainly arrived today. But Ollie Caldwell takes the win for Campos Racing. It's been a while since Campos last won a race, and they're finally back on the top step now. Ollie Caldwell, great win. Nice looking helmet too. Just a kind of British flag on the top there. That's pretty cool. But wow. Well, the unlucky man was Liam Lawson today with his engine failure. So, but of course, he was only a length anyway, so he probably wouldn't have found it very hard to get a point, although Callie got 1. She got the extra point for the fast lap as well, so that's 2 points she gets to in her charge to the championship as she continues to be fast within the fastest lap today. So it's Caldwell from Marino Sato. Marcus Armstrong 3rd. He lost out to Sato at the start. He was at 4th. Verschoor 5th. Callum Williams 6th. A bit of a resurgent race for Trident. 7th, Jehan Daruvula. And 8th, from last on the grid. Well, not last, but 20th at least. Callie Mayer. What a performance and what a well-earned point. she certainly has just put everyone on notice with that performance. Teo Porcher is 9th, followed by Djokovic. Dennis Hauger out of the points. Clement Novalak actually got past Dewey Vips at the start, of course. Vedrik Besti down in 14th as he continues to struggle. Jack Dewitt not really making any inroads on his position. Cordial 16th, followed by Logan Sargent. Jake Hughes didn't pit for that damage in the end, and paid off for him. Really still finishing 18th where he started. So it's still 25 points between Callie and Richard Verschoor. Liam Lawson's actually still in the picture despite not scoring, because Derivalo only got 2 points and Dennis Hauger didn't score any. So Callie and Verschoor were the only drivers in the top 5, which is where Lawson is right now, to score, and they scored very few points. So if Liam Lawson can put in another great feature race performance and the car doesn't let him down, and Callie doesn't manage to score, which could be very unlikely now because she just did, she just scored a point, that could put him back in the race for the title. Dams lead by 13 points at Prema Racing in a vital weekend, considering Callie was at the bottom. That was mostly Iwasa's doing, put him there, but Callie did earn that point. Well, Corwell, Sato and Armstrong might get the plaudits, they might get the champagne, they might get the trophies, but the person who has the most notoriety from a grand race in which she was not expected to do much at all because of the equal nature of these cars, Callie Mayer has put everyone on notice. She started 20th, she finished in the points. What can she do tomorrow? The sky is almost the limit. We'll see you then for the feature race when Formula 2 returns, and we're in for a cracker if it's half as good as this one.